All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're uncovering something pretty fascinating, a kind of hidden spiritual structure that's actually woven right into the fabric of our calendar. So what if I told you that right now, this very moment, we are all in the middle of a secret 30-day process of inner transformation? Yeah, seriously. It's not something you're going to find marked on your Google Calendar, but ancient mystical sources point to it as an absolutely crucial period of refinement. This journey unfolds in the 30 days that connect two major Jewish holidays. It kicks off right at the end of Purim and carries us all the way to the eve of Pesach, or Passover. You can think of it like a bridge in time, and it's a bridge with a very, very specific purpose. Okay, let's just do some quick math here. 30 days. That's exactly 720 hours. And you have to know, in Jewish mysticism, a number like that is never an accident. It's not just a quantity, it's more like a code, pointing to a really deep spiritual process. To really get the purpose of these 720 hours, we've got to talk about our inner obstacle. In Kabbalistic texts, this is referred to as Amalek. Now, this is super important. We're not talking about some external enemy. This is an internal force. You know that little voice of doubt, the feeling of spiritual fatigue, the part of you that whispers, what's the point? Nothing's really changing anyway. That's Amalek. And it has a mystical numerical value, or gematria, of 240. So here's where it all clicks together. 720 is exactly 3 times 240. The mystics teach that this whole 720-hour journey is specifically designed to dissolve the influence of that inner Amalek. But here's the key, not all at once, but through 3 distinct channels of our being. This simple equation, it basically reveals the entire architecture of the journey. Which brings us right to the structure of the path itself. I mean, how do we actually do this? How do we walk these 720 hours with real intention? Well, the journey is broken down into 3 10-day movements. The first 10 days are all about purifying our thought. The second 10 days, which by the way is where we are right now, focus on refining our speech. And the final 10 days are about elevating our action out in the world. So there you have it, thought, speech, and action. All right, so for the rest of our time together, we're going to zoom way in on that second movement, the refinement of speech, or dibur in Hebrew. This is so key because speech is seen as the bridge, right? The bridge between our hidden inner world and our outer reality. So where are we, like, literally right now? As of today, the 27th of Adar, we are on day 13 of 30. We're not at the beginning and we're not at the end. We are smack dab in the heart of this second phase, the deep work of refining our words. And here's a really beautiful little detail. Each day in this journey has its own spiritual color, a color spark to help guide our awareness. And today's color is rose gold. I love that. It's this mix of warmth and luminosity, which already gives us a huge clue about the inner work of the day. Let's explore that for a second, this idea of a transition color. Think about a painting. Your eye immediately goes to the bold primary colors, and maybe the final bright highlights. But the real artistry often lies in those subtle, quiet colors in between that connect everything. Well, rose gold is a transition color, and that means today is a transition day, a subtle, quiet moment where the most essential work often happens. All of this brings us to the core teaching for today's practice. Why is speech so central to this journey of refinement? Well, the Zohar, a foundational text of Jewish mysticism, puts it about as directly as you can get. And get this, they don't mean that as a metaphor. The mystics understand that words have a tangible, creative, and sometimes destructive force. The crucial takeaway here is that our words are never neutral. They are always doing something. They either build and expand reality, or they constrict it and shut it down. Our speech is constantly revealing our inner world, and it literally shapes the spiritual atmosphere around us. And this brings us right back to our theme. That inner voice of Amalek, that force of doubt and disconnection, finds its easiest way to express itself through our speech. It thrives in words that are rushed, in tones that are reactive, in communication that creates distance instead of connection. So, if the problem manifests in our speech, what's the solution? The answer is incredibly simple and profoundly embodied. It's not about thinking harder, it's about breathing first. So here is the micro practice for today. And when I say micro, I mean it. It's so small you can do it anytime, anywhere. Before you speak, especially if it's an important or emotionally charged statement, just pause. Take a single conscious breath, and only then allow the words to emerge. So why is this tiny action so potent? Well, that one breath acts like a circuit breaker. It inserts a moment of awareness between your impulse and your expression. And that awareness is the very thing that weakens the grip of a malek, transforming what could have been a reactive moment into a conscious one. So we'll end with this. This isn't just theory, it's a practice. A single breath is the tool. And the goal is to bring a little more life, a little more of that rose gold consciousness into the words you speak. If you want to follow along with this whole journey, you can find more resources right here. But for now, just ask yourself, what conversation, what interaction, what moment could one conscious breath change for you today?